And if you remember last fall, I dug carrots and potatoes in a hole in the ground, which was easy to do with a backhoe. Yeah, I put them 6 feet down. Well, now come to dig them out, I had to move a lot of dirt without the backhoe. I used my front end loader. And I wasn't really sure, the exact spot of where I buried them. I actually had to go back on the old video and look. But I got down in there after a lot of digging and a lot of hoping. And I found, it was a great relief when I finally ran across some of this hay, because, I had put hay down, then put them in, then put hay on top again. So it was good, I could find the trail once I got the hay. But the bad part about the hay, you get the hay and the clay binding together, it makes for tough digging. It's a lot of, you end up scratching it out. But I got the carrots were in a bucket. And I got them out. And they appear to be as good as the day when I put them in there. They're a solid carrot. So they kept very well in that sand. Now the potatoes, yeah, they're excellent carrots. That's good. And this is where I tested it. Somebody said about cutting the ends off so they don't try to sprout. Well, I don't know that they would have been buried down that far. But there is no sprouting, So I think I got good carrots. So it'll be chicken soup tomorrow. But that should hold me over until the new carrots come in. So that worked out all right. Now the potatoes, they're further in. I'm just hitting the end of the potatoes. I hit the end of the red ones. And there, there's a bag of red ones, and then there's a bag of the Yukon Gold. So I got more excavating to do. But that hole is a good 2 feet deep. And the potatoes are down about another foot, so I got a lot more digging to do. But at least I can start moving. I got room to work in here now. This was stubborn to get out of there. But the potatoes are solid too. They kept perfectly fine. So they're just like when I put them in there. I took enough potatoes out to do supper, and tomorrow I'll start the excavation again. But it's because the idea was I had a lot of potatoes, I had to do something with them, so I figured put them in the ground, and that way now I'll have potatoes, and I'll have enough, because I got like 200 pounds of potatoes in here, a 100-pound bag of each. So that'll give me enough to use for seed potato, which I have to use pretty soon. Normally they say you should have them in by Good Friday, but really, I have had, like last year, I had some get nipped off by frost. So I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. Plus, I started digging in there with the roadshow the other day. It broke the belt, so I had to order a new belt. That won't be here till Monday. But, within a week or so, I'll probably have them in the ground, as long as it doesn't look like it's going to freeze again. Then I can get them in. But that worked good, except I should have put a marker where they were. Would have been a smart move. And it would have been a hell of a lot easier digging them out with a backhoe. But they keep very well that way. And that was the main thing. Though I was beginning to wonder if I was going to find them. Like I said, I was looking at that other video and trying to line up landmarks. Well, that's supper. And soup tomorrow. Well, it's a good way to keep them. But I don't know, like I say, this stuff did make the digging a little bit harder. I wonder if maybe sawdust or, you know, like wood shavings would have been better. They wouldn't, because this stuff really bound up, and then, you know, you can't, it just thump, thump, you know, you can't dig it. So, we'll see. But hopefully I'll have the root cellar closed in next year. I won't need to do this. Though it's always a good idea, but I think I could go 4 feet down and be fine. I don't think I have to go 6 feet down. You know, because this year, we didn't have a lot of snow cover, which is good because it insulates the ground. And we did have some cold temperatures. You know, there was some pretty good cold nights. So, you know, there was always some potential for things getting froze. But things come out of here fine. At that depth, I think you're safe. But, you know, if you went down, like, say, 2 or 3 feet, it might be a little risky depending on the weather, you know, if you get the snow or not. Because if you get snow, a foot down, then they won't freeze. But without snow... But it worked good, but I've had my fill of digging for today. But it'll save me having to buy potatoes. I kind of like that.